decks, pure these decks, reflected from negativity, from demons, from evil, from lies. I bring forth the truth. I bring forth the truth about Takeoff. Sorry, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I honestly don't know who Takeoff is. I never followed the group Migos. Is that the group? Is that the group he's a part of? I never followed that group. So trust me when I tell you that this reading will be fair-minded as possible. No bias, no fanfare, or no energy of bad standards on this reading. So yeah, because I don't know who, I just never follow. I did a reading before actually about one of the members who died, but it was about the wrong person. It was about Quavo. And that reading was, although I may have been talking about the deaf person, but just getting the name wrong, the reading was so deep, it was like 30 minutes. And it kept bringing up a couple or something that was behind the whole death. That's all I kept getting, a greedy woman and some man or a group member, and him going back to his childhood roots and thinking about separating from the group. And they didn't like it because there was more money in the group. And he was thinking about getting into charities and stuff like that. But apparently I was doing a reading on the wrong person. And it was set up for him to get killed or things of that nature. That's what I got from that reading. But it was about Quavo. Told you I don't know anything about that group. And then I realized, I was like, hold up, the person who died was Takeoff. Oh my gosh, I did an entire reading about the wrong person. So we'll see what this reading is. The reading is about Takeoff, who is a Gemini who unfortunately got murdered. As far as I know, I didn't really read the news reports. November 1st, he was 28 years old. His real name is Kershnik Kari Ball. So he died in Houston, Texas. So like I said, the reading I did before was, I thought was him, but it was about Quavo. And the reading I got from that is he died because he wanted to leave the group. He wanted to branch out on his own. And he wanted to get involved in some charities, community things. He wanted to do positive things. And apparently greedy people behind him did not want him to. And before he died, he started visiting his old neighborhoods and speaking to some old friends and things of that nature. But the reason I got behind his death was greed. That's what I got. And apparently this Quavo guy, part of the Migos group, he is part of the Migos group. Please let me know below. Apparently had a really bad childhood. Something happened in his childhood or something happened in the past. I don't know. So that's what I got from that particular reading. I ended up deleting it. I might still have the feed. I'll probably throw some clips at the end of this video. But did a entire reading about this Migos person, Takeoff, who's a Gemini. And you know Geminis. They are very adaptable people. They can adapt to any environment. They're very intelligent. A lot of Geminis I know are very intelligent. They're adventurous. They do like to be out sometimes, but they're more lonesome. A lot of Geminis are not followers. They're individuals. But they can be cunning. They do have tempers. And their personalities can change just like the weather. And they're always a mystery. You always got to figure out what they're thinking, how they're feeling. It's so annoying sometimes. Although they're honest, but they still can be a mystery. Yes. So, this Takeoff person is a Gemini. He's part of the Migos group. That is part of the name of the group. And he died November 1st from gunshot wounds. Let's see what happened. What happened to this man? Kershnik, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Guys and goddesses, tell me what happened. Okay, I'm not really getting anything from this deck at all. So I'm going to pull a top card, which says, unfounded fear, expecting the worst, thus creating and self-fulfilling prophecies, allowing worry to grow out of proportion to the situation, sleepless nights, refocus your thoughts. See? That's what that says. I may have pulled the same card for him. I don't know. So I'm gonna do the bottom card. See? Which is basically enjoying the fruits of your labors, hard work, the less luxurious life, buying yourself something special, happily successful, and self-employment, enjoying your solitude. That's what that is. So apparently this Takeoff person, Kirkschnick, was up at night, probably stressed out about some things that was going through his mind, some ideas, and he wanted to refocus his thoughts, which means he probably wasn't happy with his life or his environment, maybe even his friends at the time. Yeah, maybe his friends at the time, he probably wasn't happy with them at all. He probably was thinking about leaving the group. Whatever it is, it's kept him up at night. Let's see what these cards say. That card wants to come out. That card wants to come out. These cards flipped out. Oop, that card popped out. Okay, the first card that came out was the Five of Cups, which means some loss, some abandonment, grief. See that? So maybe he felt lost, some abandonment, some grief that was basically probably keeping him up at night. I'm not sure if he recently lost his mother or some childhood friend, I'm not sure. And this so shows here that he was a free-spirited person like most Geminis can be, and some of them can be the total opposite. They can be loners and individuals, but look like a free-spirited person, or he wanted to become a free-spirited person. Then we have the Page of Wands, which means he was involved in some kind of new project, some creative project or something like that he was thinking about getting into. Remember I told you from the other reading that I thought was by him? New ideas, wanted to break apart, probably from the group and do his own thing, be a free spirit, so to speak. So we just put that there. And then we have the Star card, which means miracles, having faith, something in spotlight and things of that nature. Which means this new project or new creative idea that he was going to do, more than likely, is starting to look, you guys, that he was thinking about breaking from the group and becoming solo. And judging from this, his future was looking pretty nice. And then we have the King of Swords, which means there was some leader, some strategic thought, which means it was probably someone motivating him to go off on his own and do his thing. You know, separate from the migos group, so to speak, branch out on his own. Probably even offer him a nice little deal, a record deal on the side, who knows. And then we have the Strength card, which means he was gathering some love and respect and courage probably from the individual who was telling him to go off on his own and do his thing. He was getting courage and strength to do this. He may even confronted his members about this some time ago, and he was really close to just letting it become inevitable, you know, become present. And then we have the Page of Swords, which means he was being curious, and he did hear a lot of gossip around the time, you know, breaking out with new ideas and things of that nature. See, he was listening to the guys, he was listening to the new fad, the new thing that was going on, and it was just giving him some creative nature. And that's something that he was thinking about getting more involved in. So what I got from these cards so far was that he was up at night. More than likely, it was probably some ideas, his future and things that he had planned. He had a lot of things planned. It was keeping him up at night. He couldn't sleep, you know. He was enjoying the fruits of his labors and things of that nature, but he had the passion and the drive to separate from that, becoming free-spirited, you know, come with some new ideas and a new fad, a new trend. He wanted to do something on his own. He didn't want to be a part of the group anymore. He was taking some leadership with someone else that was giving him strength and courage. So he was already in cahoots of trying to, this is all alleged for entertainment purposes, by the way. He was probably already in cahoots with someone already, and he was probably on his way out, okay? Judging from this, judging from these cards, I'm getting there was a huge separation between the group. Huge separation, which means he was ready to leave. Let's get deep into this leaving thing. You know what I mean? So I'm going to pull out these cards. Okay, I get his project, his future, but I want to know what really happened the day he died. Why did he get killed? Who killed him, and why did he get killed? Who killed Takeoff? Kirsten. on November 1st. Why did he get shot? That practically flew out. These two want to pop out. Okay, this card here is cutting tides, growing a new harvest, starting all over. So again, I'm getting a lot of separation from him, you know, that he was really considering in the row. He was really considering separating himself from the old group, old things. He was really highly thinking about that. So although from the last reading I said the wrong name, but apparently the reading was pretty much the same. So he was really thinking about cutting the harvest, starting all over, cutting ties with some old friends. I mean, that card is very, very strong. Now we have this card here, which means someone very protective, someone very nurturing and things of that nature was in his life and guiding him. That's what that is. Probably even saw him at the funeral, but that person was definitely telling him he needs to branch off and protecting him in every possible way. And then we have this card. So again, this was new ideas, just new beginnings. That's what this card is for. So again, new. He's getting a lot of new. I'm asking about his death, but I'm getting new. I need to know more about his death. Let's see what this card means. This card here is basically the tree of life, and it speaks about health and things of that nature. It's Egyptian root and things of that. But as you know, this wasn't what this was about. But he may have, I'm not sure if he had some kind of genetic health problem in his past or before he died. I'm not sure, but he did probably have some health problems that was genetic or something along those lines. But this is definitely something they should really consider. I'm not sure if they can now because I'm sure he's buried or whatever, but just to saying that he has some kind of health issues, maybe something to do with his health and genetic. Maybe he did have some health problems he wasn't telling anyone about, and that's probably why he wanted to branch off, because maybe being around a group was being too stressful for him. I'm not sure of the details, but that's probably why he wanted to branch off by himself and do other things. Okay, and then we have this card here. This card here, as you can see, it's pests. It brings loss. It brings negativity. I mean, they're mice. They're not what you want in your home. They don't want in your clothes. You don't want them in your clothes. You don't want them nowhere near your environment. They're pests. Which means when this card come up, which means there was a loss. There was some bad luck in his future, which means this death is more than likely, it was premeditated, which means they knew he was going to be in Houston, and yeah. And it was probably some pest in his past or somebody who's been bothering him for a while or whatever the case may be, and just, he didn't want them around him anymore. And you know, when the mice come around, they come to destroy. The heart right here is supposed to symbolize good. If it's surrounded by bad cards, it signifies bad things, like a heart broken or something like that. So he probably broke ties with whoever this person is that was driving him absolutely freaking crazy. And he or she did not like it. So this is for entertainment purposes, all alleged. So they probably had him killed. So that's what their card signifies. Okay, and we're gonna see what these cards say. Actually, no. Let's put this with this, because I'm having a feeling that they're talking about some woman, some relationship. I think he broke up with someone, and I guess she's financially happy or something. I'm not sure if he had a girlfriend or something. I'm not sure his life, but she didn't like it. He may have been sent. Oops, okay, this card wants to pop out. Journey card, which means someone more than likely traveled a long journey. This card didn't want to shuffle. We have the house card here, which means the foundation was being broken. The health card came out again. Okay, so that's all I'm getting from this deck here. Okay, so we got the bad health again. We have the bad health again. This card here. This can mean also bad health. This could also mean past things of that nature. But I don't, that's why I asked you guys, did he have health problems or something? Or is that the reason why he was thinking about separating? Because he needed to do something less stressful or something? I'm not sure of his past, but it was definitely, someone was going to have some bad health, or his health was going to take a turn, something like that. And there was definitely a house involved, which means his foundation, his home, his place he calls house. It could be a number of things, but that foundation was being broken. It was no longer, if this card was surrounded by good cards, you know, that would tell me something else, but a house or something was broken, which means a relationship was broken. That family house, that family, whatever you want to call it, was definitely being broken. I mean, that family dynamic that he had going on, let's put this here, actually, was definitely being broken. So, yeah, I'm seeing a relationship here. My visions tell me it was a girl who he was thinking about leaving the separation, which means she was part of the separation. He didn't want to be with her anymore. She was loving the fruits of his labor, the money and everything that their group was bringing. But he didn't want it anymore. She didn't like it because that means he was going to separate from her too. He was definitely going to do some traveling. You know, he had a lot of ideas. He was looking at the blogs. He was looking at the trend. He had a whole new journey, a whole new thing he wanted to do. He wanted to cut his old ways, his old group, all of it. He wanted to cut it clean and start all over. That's what I'm seeing here. There was definitely a protection person, someone of leadership, someone with some kind of foundation was helping him and was going to help him in the future. And they were guiding him in some path. Actually, the path. Yeah. They were guiding him on his journey. That must have got leaked out somehow. Let's see what these cards say. Last deck. Y'all want to come out? Okay, that wants to come out. That wants to come out. Oop. This card practically jumped out. Okay, this is all I'm getting from these cards. We have the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is always a card of celebration. It means new relationship, new beginnings, things of that nature. Sometimes it means a new baby. See, again, new. See, he was really, I got the same thing with Quay when I did his reading. So apparently it was the same reading, just a different name. His energy, Takeoff energy was all over that deck. We have the Two of Cups. Again, new friendship, new celebrations. That's what this is. See, he was getting involved in something new. He was getting involved in a new friendship, you know. This is what I'm saying. He was starting to do some more partnership. He was starting to get into some new things. Someone didn't like it. They hated it. We have the Queen of Cups. That nurturing, healing person. Nurturing, healing person was definitely in his life, you know. And then we have the Knight of Wands. And then we have the Knight of Wands. Again, being free-spirited, open for a lot of things. Did I just get that card though? I got the Page of Wands. Yeah, see? The card came out twice. See? He's about to be a free spirit. He's about to do whatever he wanted to do, not in the restrictions and confinement of a group. So what I got from this deck so far is that Takeoff was ready to separate. He was ready to go a whole new path. The old life that he had with his migos group, he was ready to cut it clean, start all over, do something completely new. That's what was keeping up at night. But there was some relationship, some image, I don't know. It looked like a female or something he was going to separate from. She did not like it at all. She hated it with every fiber of her being. Yeah. But he didn't care. He had ideas. He wanted to be free spirit. He wanted to be a soul artist. He wanted to do what he wanted. He didn't want to be confined anymore. And this journey was definitely going to be good, but it was someone that was always nibbling his ear, a pest that drove him absolutely freaking crazy. You know what I mean? See? They drove him crazy. And something with bad health. I don't know if he had health problems at some point. Did his health fade? I'm not sure what that is, but I don't know. But I don't know if his health is starting to fade or he got some health scare or something. And that's what really pushed him to make this, you know, dramatic idea to separate from the migos group, but that's what I'm seeing here. He was like, life is too short. I refuse to stay confined in this group. I need to move on. A judge from this, a girl or something, did not like it. It kept him up at night. But it was a strong person, strong figure in his life that was giving him the strength and the courage to make this decision that he's been pondering on for some time now. But he was ready to make the move. Like, he was already probably in the studio making moves already. And he was probably ready to drop it probably sometime next year or in the summer after the holidays. And someone, I'm thinking this girl, I don't know, did not like it. I'm not sure. Yeah, he probably would have been like Beyonce and probably do some reunion tours and things of that nature. He would have totally cold turkey quit the group, but he was definitely going to do some solo projects. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm seeing right here. Let me know what you guys think below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Hit that bell so you get notifications when I do post more videos. Oh, and also visit my website. It is up and running right now. Subscribe to a newsletter and actually sign up for a free reading. It's all up and running now. I promise you guys. It's been a struggle. This is a new channel. I'm trying to get out there. Thank you for watching throughout the duration of this video. And please put below if anything that I had missed. Love you. Bye.